There is always something happening with the branch district library system, whether it's in the library itself, whether it's outreach programs in the community, and a bookmobile that's coming soon too with the branch district library. The assistant director of the library, Kim Feltner, joins us to kind of talk about that. I know over the years you've really looked at ways that you can expand your programming to reach maybe a bigger measure of people in the community others than it would just go out and check out books, right?
Yeah, of course. The bookmobile has kind of been a favorite project of ours for the last several years. Due to the pandemic, there's been some industry delays, but we're looking forward to bringing the bookmobile in the spring of this year.
So what will that look like?
So it's a 27-foot vehicle, and it's going to be essentially a library on wheels. So any service that you would be able to get at one of our brick and mortar locations, you're going to be able to get with our traveling library. Branch County has a great history here of bookmobiles. The first one was the 1940s. It was the second place in the state of Michigan outside of Detroit that actually had a bookmobile.
Wow.
So we're really excited to kind of bring back something that has been of value to our county before.
Okay. So will it have some of the technology things and everything else in it too, in addition to books?
Yeah, so right now the bookmobile's in North Carolina, and it's going to be, interior and exterior work. When it arrives here in Branch County, we're going to have to spend about a month or so kind of getting all of those technology pieces in there so that Wi-Fi will be available, printing will be available, people will be able to use computers as well as check out materials or attend a program.
Yeah. So then how will you station it around the area then?
Yeah, great question. So we're going to have a regular route. We're planning on visits to schools if they're interested, nursing homes. Our outreach coordinator for the last year has actually been hosting what we call pop-up library stops. And so she has monthly visits already at the Coldwater Lake Association, Kinderhook Township, and California Township.
Okay, very cool. So folks will be able to then check out books actually that are inside the bookmobile?
Yeah, of course. It's going to hold, I think, about 4,000 items, give or take.
Wow.
And then you'll be able to request things from our other locations as well. So
Yeah.
you'll have opportunities on the bookmobile, but then everything else that our 6 brick and mortar locations have as well.
I just envision John Rucker driving that thing around.
Yeah, so there's a competitive pool of who gets to drive it. We'll be curious to see who makes the cut.
John, of course, the director of the Branch District Library System. So that's exciting coming up. And again, that'll also just give you guys more visibility in the community too.
Yeah, we're really excited to be able to be out where our patrons are, where our library guests are. We have a great set of 6 locations, but we know that there's places that are harder to get to. So we're really excited to take the library to them.
Yeah. Well, and you've also kind of done that in a couple different ways too, at Heritage Park and also in Quincy with a chance for folks to experience reading in an outdoor setting.
Yeah, our story walk that we installed at the Heritage Park in Coldwater has been very successful. So successful, the Quincy community and our Quincy branch manager decided to put one at the Quincy Park. And so that should happen after some additional fundraising in the next couple of months, hopefully for a spring installation of that as well.
And where will that actually be located then?
The Quincy Park kind of kitty corner across the street from the library.
Yeah.
And it will be exactly like what you see at Heritage Park, a deconstructed children's books on signs where people can walk along a path and read a book with their family.
Very cool. Well, that's coming up maybe later this spring then. Looking
Yeah,
forward
hopefully.
to that. And what else is happening with the library these days?
So January 1st, we launched a new digital library service. It's called Comics Plus, which is unlimited access to about 25,000 comics, graphic novels, and manga available 24/7 with no waits. And so it's really excited, another way for you to access the library without even having to step foot in any of our locations.
Interesting. Again, growing up with comic books, the physical comic books, this is now for for the next generation.
Yeah, the digital side of comics and graphic novels has really exploded since 2020. We're seeing more and more publishers putting out their digital content. And this service, the fact that you do not have to wait for anything and that you can get access to it 24/7 makes it really easier for those people who like that genre to get access as fast as they want it.
Well, and like you said, meeting people where they are.
Correct.
Which is on that digital platform of that's how people are consuming a lot of their stuff as opposed to getting a physical newspaper or magazine or anything else.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing a mixed bag. The library you maybe used as a child might not be how people are using it now, but everyone gets to kind of pick and choose their own path of how they want to use their local library system.
Great stuff. Kim Feltner, the Assistant Director of the Branch District Library, with us at a library update, AM 1590 and FM 95.5 WTVB.